This is not new, but the men in Dallas, they're literally this big. Basically took somebody's spot at the bar, and he proceeded to physically grab my shoulder and move me out of his way. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, move, get out.
Is this what's going on, fellas? It's Air Gordon Motivation Nation. Nah, let's get into this. Let's waste no time. Let's get right into it.
Back from a night out, and I just have a few things to say. Number one.
Yeah, you gotta see this shit.
Number one. I see the men are wearing more glitter and sparkles than the women now.
Men, is this true? I don't know. Y'all got to let me know down in the comments. Is this true? I don't know.
This was news to me.
Straight out of Charlotte.
Number two, I see the men, I knew they were sassy, but I see they've taken it to a whole nother level. Do you understand? I basically took somebody's spot at the bar, and he proceeded to physically grab my shoulder and move me out of his way. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, move, get out.
Is this what's going on, fellas? Are y'all bringing Ludacris in the club? Let's let her finish. I don't know. Y'all got to get down in the comments and let me know. Are y'all moving them out the way? Y'all throwing balls on them?
Do you know it was about to be a brawl in there?
Uh-oh, fights out.
Dang, there was something else I was going to say. Also, I mean, this is not new, but the men in Dallas, they're literally this big. Oh. And if you're a tall woman in Dallas, you know how hard it is. They're all this big.
Dallas, what is she talking about? Jump down in the comments. What is she referring to? I'm lost here. Somebody tell me something. Anybody? Somebody. Let me know. But let's let her finish.
I'm just really disappointed. We have to do better. The outfits. Oh my, even the ones without glitter. Everybody just needs to go back to the drawing board. Everybody needs to go back to the mall. Get off these Instagram random shops. Your homies' designer brands. Stop it, please. What happened to regular jeans, regular t-shirts? And another thing. This epidemic of men going to bars and clubs and other establishments and standing still, doing the mannequin challenge, has to end immediately. You realize sometimes y'all are even paying. Y'all are spending time getting...
Ma'am, turn your house down. It's hard for me to even hear you because of what's going on in the background. Anyway, let's set her going.
Dressed, putting on your best fit, using your gas to get to these places to just stand there and look. Do you understand it costs $0 to put on your best outfit, play your favorite songs, gather your homeboys all together and stand on couches and tables in your living room? You can literally do what you're doing and put videos of girls on YouTube, and it's like the same thing. There is no point. You're taking up space. And you don't look cool. Like, men doing that do not look cool.
Okay, let me stop right there. So that's a sign of the times, right? So I hate to say this because it sounds like a dinosaur. You hate when people say this. But back in my day, there were no sections. People actually went to the club to communicate. People actually went to the club to get to know people. And they actually went to dance. Like, people actually danced with women. There was no group of men standing on couches and bottle service and shot. Wasn't none of that. There was a dance floor. And it would always take one person to get out on that dance floor and start dancing by themselves, and the dance floor will fill up. I had a homeboy that used to go out to the club, and one thing this guy could do was start a club party going. He'll get there. Dance floor will be empty. I mean, nobody on it. He get that drink in his hand. The DJ get that music going. He go out there and he do his little two-step, his little dance by himself. Then one lady show up, two ladies, three ladies. Then the dudes come. And then the next thing you know, the dance floor is packed. The next thing you know, Juvenile back that thing up is on. And it's going on from there. And also there was no social media. So you actually had to walk up to a young lady, and speak to her and make her interested in you based on conversation. There was no, let me get your Instagram, let me get your DMs. There was none of that. There weren't even cell phones at that particular point in time. You had a piece of paper and your pen, and you actually had to write numbers down. But that's gone. But anyway, let's let her finish. It's a sign of the times. It's a sign of the times.
Go to the bars, go to the clubs to have a time, have a ball, do things that you wouldn't be able to do just at home. What are you doing? And again, I just have to reiterate the sparkles. Like, what's going on with that? I don't actually think I saw one woman with a single rhinestone or gem. Maybe not. I probably saw a couple, but like, for every like one woman, for every one girl I saw with like something sparkly or bedazzled, I literally saw like 5 to 6 men with like full on rhinestone pants. And I mean, like, part of me is like, who cares? Like, do what you want to do. But the other part of me is like, when did this happen? And because I could have sworn like the same guys who like 5 years ago would call guys gay for wearing rhinestones and sparkles are now wearing rhinestones and sparkles. So, you know, I like to stay out of men's business because I would never, like, that's like the last place I'd want to be. But I am curious, like, did y'all become gay or did that stop being gay? And how long is this trend supposed to last? Because respectfully, I'm tired of saying it. Good night. All right, future me again, ×2, because it's now been like a month and a half. I'm about to post this draft, and I remember what it was that I couldn't remember that I wanted to say in the very first clip. And that is that there's no reason on this God-given earth why you should be, as a man, as a human, going out in public in general, but definitely to like the club or anything, and your breath smells like absolute decay. Like, that is unacceptable in every sense of the word. And that was the whole point that I even started that video, because one of the girls I was with was approached by a man, and all of us could smell his breath. It was so bad. Oh my gosh. And I like can still remember. It was like disgusting. And he was all up in her face. Like, I was like, the audacity it's remarkable, because oh my goodness. Just can't.
Well, there you go. There's the answer to your story. I mean, to your question about the story time. This is why men go to the club and they stand around and they don't talk to you, ladies, because you'll find anything. Okay, he has bad breath. You'll find a reason to get on TikTok and shame this individual or these guys that approach you, women. So a lot of times, especially now, it seems to me like it's a humiliation ritual, like a lot of the pop the balloons. People want to have men approach them just so that they can reject them and get online and have a story time about it. So there you are. And if a guy does have bad breath, obviously he doesn't know that. There's a respectful way to say that to him, right? And if you feel offended by it, then you respectfully tell him that, hey, your breath isn't too fresh. Maybe you want to freshen up. Whatever happened to those days? Like, whatever happened to that? But no, instead of you saying something to him, you felt that it would be better for you to get online and talk about him. And then in the same breath say, I don't understand why these men don't walk up and talk to me. Because you talked about the outfits and what they wear. I don't know nothing about none of that, what you're talking about. But you're talking about their outfits and how that's a disgrace. You've now called you've called these men all gay because of what they wear. And then you said the man has absolute decay in his mouth talking to you. So you say the club is to go and actually have a time. It seems like you guys went just to go and criticize all of the men that are there. Now, on top of that, if you are in this club and you see all these guys that are standing around, if it's somebody that you like, what's wrong with you approaching them? There was a time when women did actually walk up to men that they found attractive or were interested in and approach them and sparked up a conversation. It's come to a point because of this social media, Instagram, dating apps, and all of the sort that people feel as though they don't have to do anything outside of just existing, and everything is supposed to fall into their lap, whether it be a man is supposed to give them money. They're not supposed to do anything outside of looking good. And unfortunately, everybody thinks they look good. But beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So everybody who calls themselves these bad bees, you're not a bad bee to everybody. It's just not the case. So it's like there's a level of humbling that has to happen just across the board, because social media has everybody believing things that's not real. That's a fantasy. That's inside of a virtual reality land. When you guys step out of that virtual reality and get into reality, you don't know how to function. And it's almost like, oh, what's going on? I don't understand, because it ain't Instagram. It's real life. So everybody needs to bring it down a notch, humble yourself. And if you find somebody attractive, run up on them. If you're a female, go talk to the guy. Don't always wait on the guy to talk to you, because these guys are not going to put themselves in position to be on your next story time. That's it for this video. You heard what I heard. You saw what I saw. Get down in the comments. It's on you now. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.